When Daniel moved into his dream neighborhood, he believed peace and comfort were finally within reach. His closest companion, a golden retriever named Max, wasn't just a pet, he was a registered service animal. For Daniel, Max was more than family, he was the lifeline that kept him steady through difficult days. It didn't take long for the HOA president, Karen, to make her presence known. She slipped a letter under Daniel's door claiming that dogs over a certain size weren't allowed in the community. At first, Daniel thought it was a mistake, but the stern wording left little room for misunderstanding. Within a week, Karen began appearing outside Daniel's home, clipboard in hand, snapping photos of Max in the yard. Neighbors whispered about violations as though Daniel had committed some crime. The letters turned into fines, each one larger than the last. Daniel tried explaining that Max was a service animal, but Karen brushed him off, insisting rules are rules. The situation grew darker when Karen confronted Daniel face to face. She declared that if Max wasn't gone by the end of the month, the HOA would take further action. The thought of losing Max left Daniel shaken, but he refused to let fear silence him. Determined, Daniel gathered every piece of paperwork, medical documents, official service animal registration, and letters from his doctor. What Karen didn't realize was that federal law protected service animals, and no neighborhood rule could override that. At the next HOA meeting, Daniel walked in carrying a folder thick with evidence. Karen sat confidently at the head of the table, expecting compliance. But when Daniel calmly laid down the documents and explained the protections Max had under the law, the room shifted. The neighbors, once silent, began to murmur. Some even turned on Karen, asking why she had gone so far without knowing the facts. Faced with undeniable proof, Karen had no choice but to back down. The fines were rescinded, the letters voided, and Daniel's right to keep Max was recognized. The neighbors who once whispered now smiled and waved at Max during their walks. As for Daniel, he walked out of that meeting not just with relief, but with a renewed sense of strength. His bond with Max had weathered the storm, and together they had shown that compassion and truth always outweighed control and fear.